What is up, everybody? We are in the building. We must do a reaction video. This guy, Almighty Suspect, host of the No Jumper podcast, caught in 4K lying about our recent incident where bro just flew off the handle. I believe it was drug induced. I believe he was on that stuff. Bro flew off the handle over me asking him whether or not he used the hard ER before the show started. He did do it. I stand on that. He did it. There's many examples of him doing it on other shows. He act like he want to fight. I still stand on the fact that I know this guy didn't want to fight. I still stand on the fact that I say and do whatever the hell I want to, and there's not a damn thing he or any other person at No Jumper can do about it. And I will be back at No Jumper. I will carry myself with class and grace, and I will still tell everyone there's nothing they can do about anything that I say. I do what I want to do. This is not me trying to be a tough guy. As a man, I'm only going to speak the truth on it. I've made the commitment and promise to myself that I am only going to speak the truth on the internet. I want people to look at me as someone they can trust to be honest. I will never compromise my integrity for anybody. Everything I said happened at this during this situation is the absolute truth. This guy is caught in 4K lying. He is now trying to salvage his fragile ego by spreading this lie that when the show was over, I ran up out of the building. But the crazy thing is, in an episode of No Jumper News, he makes this claim, but the claim is immediately debunked by the No Jumper engineer Josh, who was in the building and was present during the incident. He was literally in the studio with us during the incident. He was in No Jumper studio after the incident, and he basically calls out Sus for being a straight up liar. We're going to play it right here. Please just rock with us.
So,
or like
when he announced, like, somewhere during these changes, he's like, by the way, I'm a trained fighter.
I was like, nigga, you just give a, you know what we do to niggas who train? We don't fuck about that shit. Nigga, that shit don't mean nothing. Nigga, it don't mean nothing. That doesn't scare me, brother. Ooh, black belt. Out of here. Nigga,
Was you gonna outbox him or out wrestle him?
I'm not gonna say what I was gonna do.
Okay.
I don't choreograph fights. Niggas who have fights, they don't choreograph them.
Yeah, people who are untrained don't strategize, right? He said choreograph. Choreograph is something that's in movies and plays where something is prearranged. He's using words out of context because he's an idiot. And he's saying that he told me, oh, do you know what we do to train and all this type of stuff? Listen, man, no one's worried about you. No, we don't know what you do because all we've ever seen is you fight the crackhead dude next to you. And when you hit him, he didn't even get knocked out, bro. Just went on the ground and was still talking. The guy's animated. The guy makes up lies. He lies like he's breathing. And I'm glad Flacco was there to kind of try to hold him accountable. But he's going to go into an even bigger lie, you know, trying to just play this tough guy role. And I realize that at this point, this guy has created an image that he really can't live up to. So he has to try to convince everybody after the fact that he's this tough guy when he couldn't do it in the moment.
And say, oh, I was going to do this, and I was going to drop kick with my left. Nigga, you don't know what's going to happen in the fight. All I know is, nigga,
he came outside with a spear and some kunta cloth, and I said, yeah,
man,
that's a nigga where glasses for that nigga, bro.
Bro, where Mikey at? That nigga feared for his life. How fast he leave this building?
This fool of
where Mikey at? Where Mikey at? He feared for his life. How fast did he leave this building? Bro, the guy needs validation from this guy who claims to be a part of LA gang culture needs validation from dudes who couldn't be further removed from LA gang culture than the engineers at No Jumper. The engineers at No Jumper are white. Josh and Mikey, typical white boy names. Why is bro asking them? Why don't you call your little boyfriend who's up there with you? How fast? Because he knows that it's a lie, right? And that's exactly what Josh, who was in the room at that point, he's talking about what Mikey said. Mikey came into the room later on. Why not just ask Josh, who was right there the whole time? Because you know Josh knows you, and he probably is. These engineers are probably secretly happy that this guy got put in his place and got exposed, so they don't want to support him. But let's listen to what Josh says. Where's Mikey? And what did Mikey say? Let's listen to what Josh said and how he exposed this guy as a straight up liar. The more this guy talks, the more he exposes that he's just dishonest.
This fool sus was on his
How
drink.
fast he look. A nigga texted Mikey and said, well, did they fight? That nigga Mikey said no, but he left the building quickly.
I'll say what
He left the building quickly. Mike, I ain't saying I said it. Call Mikey. He said it. This ain't from my words.
Okay.
I'm reading the text Mikey said.
Josh, what happened, Josh?
So I'm not saying I said it, but this is Mikey's words. I'm not saying I said it, but this is Mikey's words. So he's automatically, he knows he's telling a lie, right? So he has to put the line off on Mikey. This guy, in my opinion, is a straight up opportunist. He'll say anything to try to cast himself in the light of like a tough guy. Bro, if you were tough, you would be in the UFC beating people up for money. You wouldn't be on here exploding like a female for clout.
No, Brandon came. He talked to me after.
Ugh.
He was very polite and chill, and then he walked out. He did
That
not
nigga
run out
left.
of the building.
I didn't say he ran. He left quickly.
So Mikey's definitely like.
Okay, Mikey was
left
adding
quickly.
gas to
Yeah.
it. Okay, well,
here's the thing.
He left quickly. I went to the back.
Oh, I didn't say he ran. Oh, I didn't say he ran. Wait, let's run that back so we can make sure we heard what we heard. That's what you were insinuating. I didn't say he ran. After Josh was like, nah, bro wasn't running. Bro came out. He was bro, listen, like I said, I have class both on camera and off camera. I have class as a man. I represent myself. I represent my family. I represent my students. I represent my martial arts school. Everything I do, my employees, I represent them. I have to lead by example and represent myself the right way. That's what leaders understand. Josh said he was very polite. Very polite. He came. I went out of the studio. I'll give you guys the rundown since you weren't there. I went out the studio. It was the person who ran out the door first was Sus. Then it was Zay, his friend, behind him. I believe he intentionally put Zay between me and him. And then I came out last. So I'm running out, but I'm coming out last behind everybody. We all walked out at the same damn time. Literally like a file of, you can, guys, take this video, clip it, send it to Josh. Ask Josh, is this not true? Send it to Mikey. Ask them if this is true. We walked out in a single file line. Sus, Zay, and me. I brought up the back. So how did I run out? This is a lie. I walked into the main area of No Jumper because I had left my other shirt that I spilled coffee on. That's why I was wearing the 5X. I left it sitting in a chair. I walked out into the main area of No Jumper. I was like, damn, where's my shirt? Oh, there it go. I picked up my shirt. As I'm walking by, Josh is in there and he's working on some editing for another video. I said, what's up, man? What you doing? He said, oh, man, just working on another video. I said, okay, right. Keep on grinding. And then I walked up to Josh. I shook his hand. I said, you know what, man? Thank you for having me. He said, man, thank you for coming anytime. Right? Turned around, walked out of Josh's cubicle. I bust right. I'm heading towards the door. look in the office. Adam is in there typing. I said, man, what you doing? He like, man, just getting some work done, whatever. And then I'm like, all right, cool. I say, hey, you guys got any merch? Bro is like, you know what? We got to restock on merch. I said, okay, cool. I turn around. I look around. Zay and Sus, they disappeared, bro. And he's going to tell you exactly where he went in this video. They totally disappeared. I was looking at like, where are they at? Because I did think like, yo, maybe he going to want to, get funky after the show, which I'm not tripping about that either. Like I said, if you want to fight, just fight. What I say on camera is the same shit I say off camera. But they totally disappeared. I don't know if they went to the bathroom and do drugs or what, but they were gone like roaches when the lights come on. I'm not saying they were running from me. What I'm telling you is they were nowhere to be found. Okay? They disappeared. Now, I've been to No Jumper a few times, but I don't know every little nook and cranny in No Jumper. I haven't been in all the rooms. I've never used the bathroom at No Jumper. I come in, I record, I leave. Because that traffic is a bitch. You got to get back. But I said what's up to the guys, thanked them all. We standing there, which Josh just confirmed, went outside, went to my car, opened up the back trunk, got my freaking charger out of my backpack, looked around again, like, oh, because I'm thinking, LA niggas can run out like, hey, what you saying now? That's how shit go. Okay, so I'm looking, not moving fast at all. Go around, shut the door. Oh, and my door, you press a button and it comes out, so it takes time. Go, open the door, look around again. All right, coming up. No, nothing. So I got in my damn car, went up in the parking lot, made a U-turn, drove out real slow, and I headed home. No one's running from this nigga. If this nigga make anybody run, they're a straight bitch. Because how is anybody scared? No one's scared of this nigga. He slapped Kelpie. Kelpie's not even scared of this nigga. And after he did what he did, Kelpie wasn't knocked out. He wasn't hurt. He called you a bitch again. So please, if that little scrawny white dude ain't scared of you, you better believe I ain't nowhere near going to be scared of you. That's why you talking about using guns now or using weapons, or he's not going to incriminate himself, but he's insinuating. We know what that is. I've been in Long Beach, LA my whole life. I know what you're saying, and that's fine. If you feel like that's what you need to do, bro, do what you got to do because you need it. You need it. You need it. We all know you can't bust a damn grape, but whatever. So let me play the rest of this for y'all. So we're going to play that part where he lied again, and then we're going to watch him try to maneuver out from up under the lie he just told.
Oh, but he left the building quickly.
I'll say when
he left the building quickly. Mike, I ain't saying I said it. Call Mikey. He said it. This ain't from my words. I'm reading the text Mikey said.
Josh, what happened, Josh?
No, Brandon came. He talked to me after. He was very polite and chill, and then he walked out. He did not run out of the building.
I didn't say he ran. He left quickly.
So Mikey's definitely like.
Okay, Mikey was adding gas to it. Okay, well,
here's the thing. He left quickly. I went to the bathroom, came out, and he was gone. What you talking about? I went pee, came out, he was gone.
You ran to the bathroom. That's who I believe really did the running. I went to the bathroom, came out, and he was gone. Bro, okay, you didn't talk all this shit, right? We go out, we walk out in a single file line. Why did you need to go to the bathroom with Zay? Did you need him to hold your dick for you? Y'all both went in the bathroom together. Because Zay wasn't out in the main foyer area. I went to the back. I went to go pee. And I came out. He was going, no, bro. No. You got you and your homie. You talked all your shit. And I'm not saying that he was scared. I'm not saying he's a bitch. Well, I'm not going to go that far. But I'm not saying he was scared. But like I told you, this little light-skinned twerp did. And listen, I'm not a colorist. He just happens to be light-skinned. My sisters are light-skinned. I'm just, clowning his ass, joking. But he never wanted to fight. That is the point that I was trying to make, and that is the point that was proven. If you really wanted to fight, and it was, oh, I can't hit nobody off on camera and all this stuff, well, why didn't you just wait till I walked out? You was begging me to go outside during the show. Oh, but when the camera goes off, oh, we walked outside, out of the studio, the little studio booth. We walked out of the room into the main area of No Jumper, and I had to go pee. Come on, y'all. This man is the typical young punk who thinks that they are smarter than everybody, who think that, bro, I've been on this earth freaking 39 years. We all know what people do when they trying to fight. I've been in the streets for I was in the streets for a long time. And everybody in the streets know, you don't follow no nigga outside. You don't follow no nigga to no car. Make that nigga get out where he mad at. Ain't nobody about to walk out to the alley with you so you could try to pull out a gun and do whatever. We already know you scared. But let's not say scared. I don't know what's going through that man's mind, because crackheads, so they be too cracked out to be scared. But we all know you didn't want to fight. You were painted into a corner because you've created this image of yourself that you have to live up to. And it was like, damn, you know. But you already know you didn't really want to fight. And I wasn't challenging your manhood by saying that. It ain't nothing wrong with saying, man, I ain't about to fight this big ass nigga and keeping it moving. No, you lose nothing for that, right? I don't think there's anyone who thinks that this guy could beat me up. So no, there's no cowardice in not fighting someone who's bigger than you or who's more trained than you or knows more about fighting than you. There's nothing wrong with that. I ain't about to freaking go fight damn John Jones. Nah, I'm gonna walk away. Bro, piece nigga up. You know, I admit that. But that's being a man. A man doesn't let his ego override his sensibility. But he went to go pee, right? He went to go pee. That's cool. But why are you talking about I was running? You don't know what I did if you went to the bathroom to go pee. You're just trying to make yourself out to be like some tough guy, and you're not tough. I generally don't think most gang members are tough. That's why they join gangs. And I'm not saying he's in a gang. But most people don't join gangs because they're like, I'm super tough. They join gangs because they want numbers. They want backup. But why do that? Why even try to get back on it? A real man would have said, you know what? It was just a moment. You know what I'm saying? We was tripping. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a big deal. I freaking wigged out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no big deal. Bro was cool. He gave good commentary. You know, you bring bro back up here. It's cool. That's what a man would say. And that's how you know that bro don't feel like he won in his mind. Because if you really feel like you marked me out and you won, you like, ain't nothing else needs to be said. You could sit in a room 3 feet from me and be totally confident and satisfied with the fact that you marked me out. Even he doesn't believe he marked me out. And that's okay. I don't even believe I marked him out. I believe I called his bluff and he didn't do shit, but I wasn't even bringing up fighting. To mark somebody out like, oh, I want to fight you. And then the person, you know, you say you're going to fight. That person say they're going to fight. And then you say, well, nigga, fight. And the nigga like, I don't want to fight. I never said I was going to fight. I ain't about to break their fingernail on you, ho. Because I get nothing from fighting this dude. Now you touch me or you come in my personal space, I got no choice. But as long as I got a choice, you're not worth it. To me, I get no cool points for beating you up. Oh, yeah, you beat up some person who's untrained. No, that won't be me. Let's play this.
He came and talked to me like,
Yeah.
That must have been high, nigga, because I went pee and that nigga was adios.
Because Sus kind of insinuated he was on his Draco the Ruler arc when he said, you feel me, fights don't matter. Essentially, at that point, he's like, what? You think I'm gonna let you touch me? That phrase
When I say
this nigga Lush is a fucking glazer, man. Like, I don't know if he does that just to like make content or if he really is this much of a dick rider. But bro, he has not met a person, like Adam said, he has not met the person that he's not willing to glaze. And you know what? Why not? Why not be a positive guy who speaks good of your friends? They seem to have a close relationship. Bro might be bro real dad for all I know, but it that's good. I don't knock stuff like that. See, I'm not a negative minded person, and I'm not here trying to chase clout. I crack jokes like all black men crack jokes. If you can't handle the jokes, that's on you. That's your psychosis. That's your mental illness and chemical imbalances stirring up. That got nothing to do with me.
They let you touch
Well,
me.
that's what folks had like a problem with.
When
So it
I
was
say
like,
let you touch me,
it's a
that
fair
don't
fight, it's a
change.
fight,
No,
you know?
let you touch me, nigga. If you think I'm gonna let you start with all this MMA grabbing,
Yeah.
locking my wrist and all this nonsense, you got another thing coming, nigga. I'm finna hit you with something, nigga. Fuck you mean? You got weapons, as do I, brother. Nigga, we can do whatever.
Bro.
Nigga, fuck you mean?
Bro, like
I don't know
I
who
seen
niggas
him
think
pick up a
this is.
dude like up
I
here.
don't give a
Dude,
he was gonna
like
pick
200
me up
pounds.
and
I said,
shorten
nigga,
his lifespan, nigga.
crazy.
These niggas crazy, nigga. You think I'm gonna let your 300-pound ass grab me? I know beat your ass, nigga, and I was gonna beat your big ass. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Yeah, that's cool. He also said there's no rules to a fight, but then said you can't grab a lock wrist and all that stuff. Then he said, I'm gonna shorten your lifespan. So if bro were to kill me, you have to look at this little naked mole rat sit in court and cry and say it wasn't premeditated. Well, you just premeditated it right there. But this is what we do. We sell a bunch of wolf tickets, and then if we're pushed to the point where we got to do something, now we crying. You guys saw it all right there in 4K. This dude caught straight up lying, straight up threatening my life, all those things. And guess what? I'm still not mad at my brother, my high yellow, light skinned, half white brother. Let him do what he does. This is what he does. This is what bro do. You know, an artist got to sell records. An actor got to sell movies. But just don't ever try to insinuate or claim that you had me scared or I was running from you. I was rushing. I don't rush for nobody. Period. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. I've been on this planet too long to let a nigga scare me to the point where I'm fumbling my keys trying to get up out of a building. It is what it is. But thank y'all so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it added some value to your life and to your day. Till the next time, take care of yourselves, but most importantly, take care of each other. Peace.